Oh, a7C, take two, a7C Mark II. Finally, they actually released a successor of the a7C, and then when it rang, it pulled a7CR as well, R for resolution. So suddenly, yeah, two new a7C camera. Before that, maybe the a7C, the original one, was the smallest full-frame digital mirrorless camera. Not anymore, because they have released the ZV-E1, which is now the smallest full-frame mirrorless camera. So you may think, oh, would they do anything to the a7C? Now they do, ×2, both of them. So why? Why do they do that? With lots of good reason. 36 megapixel of them. The a7C got 24 megapixel, kind of like kind of basic, but this is 33 megapixel. a7CR 61 megapixel, some kind of XMOR CMOS sensor that I don't know who cares. Autofocus is improved. I don't know what can they improve on their autofocus, because it had been great already. They have real-time tracking, which is great, but now they add AI as well, AI processing unit. Probably it sounds like a separate hardware to do AI recognition, so that now it can recognize human, animal, birds, car, train, all the usual stuff, aircraft. So let's take a look at the a7C Mark II with the a7CR at the background. So this is a7C Mark II, if you can believe me, because it looks the same as the a7C, but yeah, we only set it on the top, a7C Mark II. Now in front, there's a dial as well. I mean, yeah, dial. Last time, nope. Now it got 3 dials and a wheel. Of course, you can customize both of them. Usually on the Sony, this would be a compensation, exposure compensation. And I like that new trend of Sony camera is that it got a separate switch for photo, video, or S&Q. It's great. This is so convenient, because before that you have to choose, for example, like video mode on the mode dial here. So then after you choose video mode, you have to choose PSM mode in the menu. But now you can like, oh, I'm shooting photo with A mode, but now I want to shoot video and M mode. On the side, still the funny card slot on the left side, which is still better than if you have to access a card slot next to the battery. And it only got 1 card slot. It's fine for a camera like this. Well, it's small as well, so not much space. So you got the usual mic jack, headphone jack, and then a USB-C for charging and other stuff. Oh, and also by dimension, it's that the thickness is a little bit thicker. I don't know. Is it probably not the thickness of this, but the grip is improved. Well, every Sony camera have an improved grip. So video, simply a little bit improved. It still do 4K, 25, 30, and then you got crop APS-C size, crop 50 or 60 FPS.
Interestingly, on the high-resolution a7CR, if you shoot 4K 50 or 60, it only have a little crop.
But then they improve it from 8-bit to 10-bit. That's quite a bit of improvement, because with 8-bit, if you shoot S-Lok, you will get bending on the sky. But yeah, 10-bit, 422, and also they have improved the steady shot as well. Wow! Sony improved the steady shot. Before 5-stop steady shot, now 7 times. Not 7 times, 7 stops. So is it really better? Is it good enough? I don't know. I mean, Sony steady shot, always like turn it on or off, doesn't really matter. But of course, these days Sony got active steady shot as well. Basically, digital stabilization, which I'm going to turn it on now. The other recent Sony camera all got active steady shot, which makes it finally as stable as other brands when the other brands doesn't need digital stabilization. Sony need that to be as stable as them. One thing is that the continuous burst is still 10 FPS on the a7C Mark II. It's useful. 10 FPS really useful. I don't think I seldomly need a fast burst rate, but still compared to other brands, everyone got more than 10 FPS mechanical shutter continuous burst. Sony is still on 10 FPS. I mean, I remember years ago when they released a a7R Mark II or Mark III, I can't remember, probably Mark III, when they have 10 FPS on a high resolution camera. I was like, whoa, that's crazy, 10 FPS. And now it's still at 10 FPS. And then the a7CR, even less, 8 FPS. I mean, it's enough for probably everyone, but still, when you heard of that, it's like, oh, wow, why? I like the a7C, the original one, a7C. But then back then, it feels a little bit basic because it got a 24 megapixel, and then especially for shooting video, it only got 8-bit. Everything feels basic back then, but this one feels like, oh, also, it don't even got a dial in front. It's like, oh, there you go, you're beginners, good enough. But now the a7C Mark II feels like it's as good as many other full frame camera, but so much smaller, which is interesting because when I reviewed a a7VE1, I said it is, so they kind of put a a7S3 inside a ZVE10 body.
No, I mean a7C. I was thinking a7C. I don't know why I said ZVE10.
But then ZVE1 is really for if you want it for video, because it only got 12 megapixels. It's great for video, low light shooting, not great for photo. 12 megapixel, what? iPhone 7. But this is more like balance between you want to do photo, you want to do some video. Video is not bad as well, 10-bit. But the a7CR is even more amazing because 61 megapixel in a body this size. This is great for traveling, for landscape, shooting landscape. You don't need autofocusing, you don't need continuous burst. And also, on my hand, this is the new 16-35 f2.8 G Master Mark II. And it's the size of my Sony size 16-35 f4. But this is f2.8. They're probably not the same size, but around the ballpark. And it's lighter. I think it's lighter. It feels lighter. The Sony size feel, yeah, as I remember, it's more expensive, heavier. And you would get that scratch in no time. So yeah, great. It is great. Why do it looks like I say that? Because for anything. But yeah, great.